You know, we gave you a very complex machine. Peak of evolution on this planet is you. If you were an earthworm, you wouldn't have these problems. Just eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying, you were fine. You're doing great as a creature. But you became human. Now it's a very complex machine. But you don't even bother to read the user's manual. Simply somehow you want to do it. Such a complex machine, if you try to do it somehow, accidentally, oh, it will cause much pain. Unable to bear pain, most people have given up on joy and moving towards pleasure. You must understand this. The need for entertainment and pleasure in the world has increased simply because there's no joy. If really human beings were joyful, they would not need so much entertainment and pleasure in their life. Pleasure becomes a compulsion when there is no joyfulness. And if you don't cause pleasure with something or the other, pain is just waiting in the background, just there. So, fear is not about something. Fear is just your inability to manage your thoughts. They are running away ahead of you. Fear is always about something that's yet to happen, isn't it?
Yes.
So that means you are suffering something that does not exist. If you suffer something that does not exist, there are medically very bad terms for that. It's not about one human being. It's just literally 99% of the human population is in this condition. Different levels maybe, but 99% of the human population is in this condition. They are suffering things which do not exist. What happened 10 years ago, they still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. What happened 10 years ago does not exist right now. What may happen day after tomorrow does not exist right now. But things that don't exist, they suffer simply because two major faculties that you have which sets you apart distinctly from other creatures is, you have a very vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. These two faculties, which are the best things you have, this is what most human beings are suffering. They are suffering their memory and they are suffering their imagination. These are the greatest tools you have. So, what should have been the most fantastic well-being? When I say well-being, you know Charles Darwin, that guy, the English guy? Hello? He said, all of you were monkeys, not me. That all of you were monkeys and you became human. So, essentially, on this planet, you are the peak of evolution. You agree with me or no?
Yes.
So, if you are the peak of evolution, that means you have come with the highest level of faculties. Because there are so many possibilities of being human, because your life is not fixed like that of a creature. When I say not fixed like a creature, for every other creature, nature has drawn two lines within which they live and die. The reason why an animal's life looks so much simpler and better is because there are no possibilities. So what human beings are suffering is their possibilities. If you destroy the possibilities, you will also be fine. If you want, we can have a portion of your brain removed. You will be so peaceful, you will not know fear, you will not know suffering, you will not know anxiety, you will not know nothing. Yes. All we have to do is take away the possibilities. With the possibilities, the problems are also gone. So right now the problem is the fantastic possibilities that have been invested in us. So to take away the possibilities, either we can remove your brain or we can soak it in whiskey. Both ways you can do it. You take away the faculties, then you're okay. So, the problem is just this, that when you're given something so complex, you need to spend a certain amount of time knowing the nature of the machine that you're using. See, some people are handling these cameras. That's not a spacecraft. It's a simple enough machine. But I'm sure these guys have spent years trying to know it the best. Just any of you get there and do it, what'll happen out of it? Just see a simple machine like a camera. Yes or no? Somebody invested their life. The better they know it, the better they use it. Is it so? Hello?
Yes.
Why is that not true with this? The better you know this, the better you use it, isn't it? So if you know it really well, people say you're realized. So the problem is complexity of possibilities. Possibilities are the greatest blessing we have, but unfortunately that's what we are suffering, because when something very possible and powerful is given to you, if you don't handle it right, it'll blow up in your face. That's all that's happening.
How do you know how to handle it?
That's why I'm here.
All right.
It's not that it's not that if let me put it this way, if because of the number of things that I do across the world, more things are going wrong with my life right now than any of your lives, okay? Really, too many things. Just I want you to imagine running a foundation where there are over 9 to 11 million volunteers doing all kinds of things. Volunteers means nobody knows what to do, but they're enthusiastic. Running major projects like this, running massive centers in various places, over 350 centers across the world. If you want to go mad, this is the recipe for life. But you think I will die of stress or madness? No, I'll not. Maybe I'll die of exhaustion, I don't mind. But of stress, no. There are many things. Not everything in your life goes the way you think it should go. I should not be saying this, but because as I'm like this, because it came in my mind, I'm telling you, please treat this with some sanctity. Right now, probably in the next few hours, my father will pass. Okay, I've been monitoring this minute to minute, but he will pass. I spent some time just before leaving with him and I came. I sent my girl back to be with him. So, I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm fine, haven't I? But does it mean to say I don't care about him? Hello? That's not how it is. A very intimate relationship. But this is how I am. This does not mean there's no love in your heart, this does not mean that you're not involved. It is just that you're involved with everything, but you're never entangled. That's the difference.
And if nothing bothers you, why not?
This is Jim Gray right here, sir, by the way.
If you will make the word bother a little more clear, you mean to say why?
What disturbs your peace of mind?
Oh, nothing does, because I have not given that privilege to anything or anybody, that they can decide what happens within me.
So anything that happens surrounding you or affecting you effectively doesn't bother you because you just don't what? What is the mechanism?
See, it's just this. As I said just now, what life throws at you is not your choice. It throws all kinds of things. The more active you are, more number of things are being thrown at you. But what you make out of it within yourself is 100% yours, isn't it? Now, if you are a compulsive reaction to what life throws at you, then everything will bother you. Good things and bad things, everything will bother you. But if you are a conscious response to whatever is thrown at you, you will see everything is a certain challenge. Some we can handle, some we don't know how to handle. Some situations we know how to handle, some situations we don't know how to handle. So, are you a Superman that you know how to handle everything? No. This is not about being superhuman. This is about realizing being human is super. So it's not that you know everything and you can handle everything, no. Some you can handle, some you cannot handle. But are you a conscious response to life or are you a compulsive reaction to life? This is all you can take care of. Why are you here and trying to be detached? It is just that, as I said earlier, your problem is you're trying to experience something which is not yet. That is, you are having a mental diarrhea. You are suffering a mental diarrhea and you think you're engaged with future. You're never engaged with future, I want you to understand. You're never engaged with past or future. You're just having a mental diarrhea, isn't it? Hello? Right now, can you live what happened yesterday? No, in your mind you can have mental diarrhea and think it is actually happening again. Or can you live what may happen tomorrow? But you can have mental diarrhea and believe that actually you're experiencing it. Because you don't have a distinction between what is psychological reality and what is existential. This is the problem. You are mistaking your psychological drama to be life. Your psychological drama is not life. Right now, unfortunately, a whole lot of human beings have gone into this. They misunderstand their thought and emotion as life. No, it's just your thought and emotion. They're supposed to play the way you want. But you are playing the way they want.